Thank you, Tori. Thank you, Hot Diva. She said, happy birthday, Kimmie. Many more wonderful returns. I appreciate it, guys. I have to actually take time to say that, guys. You guys DM me. I felt the love. I felt the support. I never expected it. But you guys slid in them DMs and wished me happy birthday. And I am truly, truly, truly appreciative of it, okay?
Tori, what you know about me?
Tori know everything about you.
I am not any
and she so know more because child support around the corner. All right, so for Talk the Ting with Kim, this week we're talking about overcoming insecurities in relationships. So if it is that you were with us last week, we spoke about overcoming relationships. So that was like on a personal level, you know, working on those things that we know we need to work on, those things that we've all experienced insecurities at some point in life. I don't care who want to tell me differently. I don't believe it. We've all been there, done that. Tori said, she don't know nothing about you. Right? We've all been there, done that. So I thought, you know what? I know insecurities also affect relationships. Mash up enough of a relationship. Sometimes we mash up with own a relationship because of these insecurities. So I say, you know what? I feel like I need to do a part 2. So this week, it's overcoming insecurities in relationships. So guys, as usual, I look forward to your comments. I look forward to your responses. Whatever it is that you agree with, disagree, or probably have a different perspective, feel free to share it. Or even if it is that you have a story you want to tell us about, you know, that's relating to the topic, feel free as well. So let's get right into it. Insecurity can be a painful and difficult emotion to experience. It can take a toll on your mental health as well as your relationships. In romantic relationships, insecurity can drive you to unhelpful thoughts and behaviors, which can include excessively checking up on your partner if you're not with them to determine their whereabouts and or what they're doing. That one is sound familiar? No fun out here, message them all day. What you say there? Where you reach now? Yeah. Oh, you tell, based on the time, so to reach us from about 20 minutes ago. You sure I meant to turn up? My nose, you know, my nose, oh no. All right. So we also not trusting your partner to stay faithful to you and constantly worrying that they're cheating on you. So every day in, day out, and I sit and I wonder if they're just cheating. You probably don't even have a reason to think so. Let's say that they've done nothing to give you that idea, but because of our past or because of experiences, every day I wonder, is this person cheating on me? That's another insecurity that relationships experience. Another one is feeling jealous of all the other people in their life and resenting the other people they are close to. So if one day the mother say, you know, Moy, come spend a day with me, you start feel some type of way because it's now taking time from you and your relationship. That is an insecurity, guy. May I point out some of the common one, them in the come do my research, you know. So guys, if you can relate to this, let me know. If you know that you've done this to some extent, listen. Just be honest with yourself. I encourage that every week. Be honest with yourself. That's how you work on things. If you pretend so nothing no go so, nothing no go fix. Yeah? So, another one is not taking your partner at their word and wanting to verify everything they tell you. So, Lionel could I tell you, say, you know, say, tonight I'm going to link mom so and so and so. And then you know I find some way indirectly if you go check out the friend them social media because you walk. Because you probably know that them are some friends or posts. So you say, hold on, Lionel say I'm going to par with that do them. I'm check with each of them. Or you send a message indirectly. So well, go on, you good? You probably not message them from the year starting, but all of a sudden, then you're good. What you do tonight? Well, yeah, me just want to know. You know, you're doing these things to verify if what you're told is the truth. Right? That's another sign of insecurity in your relationship. Another one is feeling like your partner may break up with you at any time. And this is a very popular one because I think a lot of people, especially when it comes to infidelity, is that they expect it or they expect them to leave them, so they act before it reached them, you know? Or you're gonna left me in it. Well, anyways, so might as well me do what I'm gonna do. Is that you're always expecting that they're going to leave you. That's an insecurity in your relationship. Is that we feel like we're not deserving, or especially for the men, probably feel that the girl too good for them, or the woman can feel that the man too good for them, so you feel that any day, name day, they're gonna realize and take with themselves. So that's an insecurity. And then this one, ladies, we're very guilty of fishing for compliments and validation to try and feel more secure. So nothing wrong with get compliments, that's natural. But when you go out of your way for do it, or you need constant reassurance for you to feel like your relationship is a relationship, that's an insecurity. That, whether anyone agree or not, that is an insecurity. Von, I will say, I met a girl recently. She's very touchy about me having female friends, and I have many female friends. That's an insecurity.
Yo, girl, let me like that one there.
Listen, right? So, guys, it just means enough away. This is something we're experiencing or have experienced or will experience in our partners, and as such, more to listen up for the advice, right? And the things to look out for. So, relationship insecurity means you're not confident in your relationship, and these insecurities often stem from your past. Unfortunately, feeling insecure in a relationship isn't uncommon. Actually, it's very, very common. Many people experience this difficult to manage emotion, but what are the underlying causes of relationship insecurity? Let's look at some of the potential causes. Number 1, an unpleasant previous relationship, and this I feel like is the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah, that's it right there, Kimmie.
This happens,
Sometimes
but not
more than once.
Yeah, and more than once. And the thing is, it's not once bitten, twice shy with the same partner. It's just overall, no. One relationship burn you, and no, everybody else I get extra payments,
Like
extra watchmen.
Everybody listen, Usher out there.
Listen, right? I feel like this is the main one, because most people, some of the things that we argue about in relationships or we feel insecure about, the current partner no do nothing for cause that,
Nah.
Right? He does every day. I wonder if I tell me the truth. One of him really named so and so. Cause let's say I had an ex will lie. Now everything what them tell you,
Man just lying.
some man still, and the last man did this, and you're just using that person, what I'm saying, that person fat for Friday, right? Or you're painting everybody with the same brush. So I feel like this is the number one cause for insecurities in relationship. All the way I use with past experiences, and honestly, we're using for mash up with current experiences, right? Because it's not fair. If guys, put yourself in your partner's position, you get up. You don't do nothing for deserve this, but every day they might cuss you about, boy, why you out late every night? Or on late is relative. Let's say you're a party person and they know this, right? And then they get with you knowing you're a party person. But all of a sudden it's an insecurity because of some past that you had, and the last ex did always a party, and they have a girl at each party where him go. So no, this current partner cannot go to parties because your last your ex used to do that. You don't realize that not fair? Especially if it's something that they genuinely enjoy. And then you're going to say, well, to be with me, you have to choose or you have to change. And you realize that not fair. I don't know. Me, you want feel so? Oh, you feel, sir? As a man, I want to hear the male perspective. I'm sure you probably experienced it somehow. So, for example, you talk to a girl and you like going out, right? You like touch road.
Yeah.
And she probably had an ex that used to touch road all the time, but every time in touch road had another girl with him.
Oh.
So now you know I talk to her. I know she said you like touch road. Bear in mind, she met you knowing you like touch road. But now because it's a relationship, she now start tell you, I mean, I like say I touch road. Now it's not because she think you specifically doing something. She's using her past to say chances are that you
Let me use another example now and mash it up even easier. Like for example, the ex who used to cheat on her.
Yes.
Him drive on black Honda.
I know you drive on black Honda.
So it's like she had to just if you had change the car. Like she said, boy, I'm really not like the car the way out.
All of a sudden.
Like she have to change your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, because basically, and you do nothing yet,
Yeah.
But it's just a past, as I said, past experience.
Past experience.
You know.
So you know as the partner, how you will feel?
No, but I mean, at any given time, your first response is trying to, calm down the person, let them know that, I mean, you can't hold that as the straight line for everybody to follow, That don't mean say me I do what the other person used to do.
Yeah.
But you have to kind of, I guess, give them a little, reassurance or meet them halfway to say, well, if you want to come out with me, then you come out with me.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But overall, I want us to identify that this is an insecurity, guys. And this is something that you need to work on, not only for your relationship, but for you. Because bear in mind, even if that current relationship you're in right now don't work, it's going to affect your next relationship. And then most of us wonder why relationships don't work out for us, because we're not looking at the things that we're doing that contributes to the failure of these relationships. Right? So I want to think about this. 2Q said, those kind of persons who are questioning your whereabouts are annoying. A woman was killed earlier this week because she got party. So look at that, guys. We need to notice these insecurities that we have, right? But we soon get into that because that's actually something, a statement leading to something else I have later on.
All right.
Next potential cause, low self-confidence. So people with low self-confidence may experience insecurity in their relationship because they may not believe they are worthy of the love or support of their partner. Experiences like being bullied, teased, or abused by caregivers can send the message that you are different or not good enough. These experiences can affect your confidence and impact your relationship with your current partner. So this one is the next thing, and I think a lot more people than you think are struggling with low self-confidence.
Well, yeah,
I've been there.
Quite a few.
Someone can tell you, right?
And sometimes,
and they don't show half the time.
And then sometimes it's some people that you probably least expect.
Exactly. Actually, based on my research earlier, it was saying overconfidence also can be a sign, because some people like they see the very extra
But
just to block out the things.
Jamaica, this,
Yeah.
We have several overconfident
We have
people.
several overconfident
Yeah.
people, and it can be because there is a seed or
Insecurity
planted of
somewhere
insecurity.
else.
So you're doing so much
they have
more
to compensate.
and cover it up and block it out. So guys, low self-confidence is one of the, well, I'm not gonna say number one because ours is a past experience, but this one is a close second.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of us are out here doubting ourselves. You probably put on an outfit and you say, boy, I'm not fear for go outside no more because I'm not look good. The things that we tell ourselves is really what we present. This is what we exude, and guys, we need to work on it. And when I say that, I'm not saying like it's a walk in the park, like tomorrow you're gonna decide, say, you know what, I'm confident,
Yeah.
We don't expect that.
Okay.
But I want you guys to start working on it. I can speak from my personal experience. I've come such a far way. Once upon a time, we didn't even wear certain things, right? That's how far I've come. And then along the way, I said, hold on, no, sir, I can't do this. And one of the things that I realized I did that was my error, but then I built my self-confidence on someone else. So it was an ex, and he would always, compliment me, encourage me, all that. And I felt like, yeah, girl hot.
I have
because
arrived.
him tell me, say, girl hot. And then when him did left, the hot girl gone too. You started questioning, were you attractive? Were you there? Ladies, we've been there. We've done that. We start wondering whenever they do, or whenever they are dressed up in no far, whenever they go to no, whatever it is, you start questioning all things under the sun. So you need to work on your self-confidence for you. So if somebody come into your life and then cut tomorrow, guess what's still there with you? The self-confidence.
And you.
All right? So work on the self-confidence, guys. Another possible cause, fear of rejection. So fear of rejection. And this can cause people to experience insecurities once again. Having low self-confidence can make some people more sensitive to rejection. Even minor setbacks or perceived slights can trigger their worst fears and insecurities. So we've actually been seeing this in our society, not only with women. 'Cause we don't know some women take rejection hard, right? Because we feel like we're God's gift to men. And when somebody turns me down, we feel like, did he not see me? Does he not know that I'm all that and a bag of chips with the sides and little cheese dip on it? Yeah, going with a bag of things. Like, how dare he not be interested? So I know we struggle with that, but men struggle with it too, because as we can see, I remember seeing an article overseas. This man was pursuing this woman. I think we mentioned it last week or the week before, and she kept telling him no, she's not interested, and he killed her. Right? That's fear of rejection. You feel so bad, especially men and them ego. You see, whereas if you reject them in a them group setting, and them feel like, watch it. And you come over and you say, yo, baby, and you should tell you no, and a friend them laugh after you. It's like, man, it's something to them ego, like a major bruise to them ego, and then they might retaliate and start telling you where your past or threaten you or all that, and it leads to men also having insecurities, something we spoke about a few weeks ago. So guys, fear of rejection is one of them, and that's something that I think self-confidence will help to fix. So once again, work on that. Self-confidence. Von I Will says, sounds like my topic. No, my God, I'm loving it. I see a bunch of new names. Shania Palmer, Jody and L. Wright, T.W. Tyler James, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Charcharalana. So Charcharalana, Mary Gervan treatment.
Keep just making guys, persons, if you're new on the live,
welcome. I hope you're enjoying the discussion. I hope you'll participate as well and ensure that you're following our page. Because if you want to comment and drop your feedback, you have to be following the page.
Yeah.
But we really hope that you'll be a part of this conversation. Yeah. So another one, the final one, another cause for possible cause for insecurities in relationships, social anxiety. So while experiencing mild social anxiety in public from time to time is common for many of us, some people experience a more intense form that can negatively impact their interpersonal relationships. Social anxiety can add stress to a relationship and make someone feel even more like an outsider or insecure, especially if their partner is outgoing and more of an extrovert. So this sort of leads back to when we're saying somebody feel like this person is like a blessing to them, you know, on average, they probably wouldn't go for them and they feel lucky, but they don't feel up to a certain standard. They don't feel like they deserve you or they're worthy of you, and they feel like any day now you're going to just left them because you're not that person. So you might have a party goer and you want to keep up with them, but parties under your scene. You're more the stay-at-home person.
But
that anxiety.
Kill up yourself for go to
you kill up yourself for go. You're uncomfortable. You're unhappy, but because you want this man or you want this woman, you're doing things outside of your comfort zone. Right? And enough are we just not great in social settings. So these are some of the things that contribute to insecurities. So insecurity impacts your relationship by creating an imbalance. You become more preoccupied with what your partner is not providing and instead demand reassurance or validation for your insecurities. So this one stood out to me, and I think it is so true. When you're insecure in a relationship, you don't see what them do right.
Yeah.
You don't see what they're doing right. Them could I tell you today, say, babe, you know that dress they wear yesterday, so and so and so and so. And yeah, you might smile, but it not make the impact because you're focusing on something else completely unrelated, or probably the day before, you know, walk past one girl and him head turned for 2 seconds longer than you thought it should have been turned for. Him not stop and talk to her. Him not go for her number, no nothing. But we know men are very visual. They may look, it don't mean nothing, right? But you take it personal, so even them I tell you, say, babe, the dress you wear today, man, trust me, man, listen, I can't wait for take a go road and show you off, but it don't have the impact because you're looking at the fact that yesterday him look on a girl 2 seconds longer, right? So guys, insecurity make you focus on all the things they're not doing, and then these are the causes of all these ongoing arguments. Boy, you're not do this no more, you're not do this no more, you're no longer doing that, but you're not looking at what they're doing.
Yeah, and then, you know, like you say, you know, you go wash up the dishes, them, you wash up the pots and the plate, but you left the pot, you know, and then all of a sudden, because you never do something last week, boy, you never finished nothing you promised to do yet.
Exactly, and one thing you use, right? And that's what happened. I've heard men say that actually.
Yeah,
so
man.
ladies, we're very guilty of this. I heard men say this, that they'll do 10 good things. And one thing them either never do or did incorrectly or something. And the woman will live on the one thing and nothing else matters. And that's very discouraging. That would discourage me. If me get up every day and me and look after and I probably say I go pick you up 5 o'clock. But do everything else right, you know. Make breakfast, it probably I'll help you iron your clothes, make sure say you get a quick massage, all of that. And I'm going to tell you, baby, I'll pick you up 5 o'clock, you know. I'm going to pick you up 5:15. 5:15.
Yeah, but I want to go.
And you live on the fact say you get pick up 5:15 and done me. This time I can't bother, you know. I bet I'm a single, you know.
Aside from morning, I tell you, I don't want to go nowhere.
Exactly.
Yet till you see the dress are ready to go.
And I see him, so you always do this. Guys, you cannot do that. Naturally, we are flawed. We are humans.
Yeah.
We are imperfect by nature. So expect the mistakes and give partner props for when them do something good, no? When you do something good and somebody no notice it, you feel away. And you can't hide and tell me say it not go so. Oh no, feel away. So if it is that your partner is doing all these good and you go focus on one thing and beat them over the back with the one thing, how that's supposed to equal a successful and happy relationship? How? Carty said, I used to be like that. And I love honesty like that, right? I love honesty like that. So guys, work on it. If it is that you're hearing these things and you can identify somewhat, even part way, work on it. Decide to work on it and actually put some effort behind it. Jim Pledge, big up yourself. Thank y'all for joining.
Yo, I like the reunion vibes in the studio and on the Instagram live.
Yeah.
Everybody's a rock and come in.
Yeah.
Some new faces, some old faces, some long time people, some young people. Bless up.
And
bless
the
up, bless
feedback
up.
and the participation, because guys, as I say, I'm not coming for preach now, come to have a discussion. So if you agree, disagree, the feelings, want to say something, sharing a perspective, feel free. All right. So as I said, insecurity makes you focus on what your partner is not providing more than what they actually are doing right. And it makes you want to demand reassurance and validation. So every day you have to reassure your man or reassure your woman, baby, that's you one. I think half of the couples that say that every day is not because they want to do it, babe, are you one my love, Are you one of my life? Not because it's very genuine, but because they know that there's an insecurity there, they feel the need to say it excessively. Right? And they don't want nobody to do it just because they might try appease you. You want them to do it because they actually feel that way, guys. Right? So work on it. So you start thinking of your partner as an object to manage your feelings of insecurity instead of connecting with them as an equal. So if you have them need to compensate for all the wrongs, instead of just loving them back in return, right? While insecurity in relationships can be particularly challenging for you to manage, it's certainly not pleasant for the partner on the other end either. In fact, the behaviors that relationship insecurities can cause often drive partners away, resulting in what can be viewed as a self-fulfilling prophecy. So chances are everything you look out for, everything you pinpoint for, and you say, boy, I'm going to leave you one day because of it. Chances are, if you have these insecurities and you don't work on it, they're going to leave you one day because of it. Because nobody wants problem. We're not really out girl on a pick up problem in our life. We like to work on getting rid of problems. And if you come with more problem and stress than anything else, I'm sorry, we cannot continue on this journey. Because life's stressful enough. Me no want to voluntary stress me or pick up. No. Right? So guys, we don't have to work on it, because most of us probably wondering why we're not married yet, why nobody want to settle down with me. Why? Because we all have little traits, and while I'm saying it, I know I have traits too, but guess what, I have been working on it. I've been trying to. I'm gonna think mega perfect it by a year in or so, but I'm giving myself time. And I think somebody will more work with you if you work for yourself than you just deciding, people like say, some stay, take it or leave it. People like to say that. That just means saying no.
Nobody not change me.
Nobody not change me. So you find me, you come and see me stay so. And that's how we are. I've heard this so often. So why we not willing to work for myself? Why not? Me genuinely want to know. Why we not willing? We just think everybody just take it as we are. And then we like to say we're not perfect, we're flawed. And we're not trying to become perfect now, but we can't work for ourselves.
Yeah.
We can't work on ourselves, right? So that's my encouragement to you guys. So learning how to get over insecurities in a relationship involves understanding the power of self-doubt. When you doubt yourself, it distorts your view of life, which ultimately can directly affect your relationship with others. People tend to judge themselves harshly when they experience insecurities. They may hold themselves to unrealistic or even unattainable standards and question why they're even worthy of love. Left unmanaged, self-doubt can be dangerous for any relationship. So the love relationship, the family ship, the friendship, the work companionship, all them something there, right? Self-doubt can negatively affect it. So if you experience insecurity in your relationship and you want to learn how to proactively remove the internal obstacles, because it's something inside now, it's not external factors. It's internal obstacles that you put there, your mind put there, So if you want to do that, the obstacles that stand between you and happiness, consider the following steps to help overcome it. Identify your triggers. This is the first step to overcome the insecurity in your relationship.
All right, Kimmie. Now, before you get into these solutions, I think we're going to go to the break right about now. Because these are the steps.
The solution. These are the steps that we're going to recommend. And think about it, process it, and try implement them one and work on it.
All right. So those, there you go. So don't go anywhere, people. We'll be right back after the break. Kim talks to us about overcoming insecurities in your relationships. And we're going to find out what are some of these things that we can do in order to overcome.
And if you guys can think of some suggestions as well, feel free to drop it on the live or send it to our text line or WhatsApp line, 876-792-3530. So if you think there are things you can think of right now that can help to overcome insecurity in relationships, and we can educate each other, feel free to drop the tips on the live or on our WhatsApp or text line.